Hey guys, Shadowz here, welcome back to another Gears 5 video. Recently, Gears 5 made its return once again back to the stage at E3 2019, providing us with a cinematic gameplay trailer, as well as also a secondary trailer for its new escape game mode. Both trailers revealed a whole lot about the new storyline with some interesting hints including Queen Myrrah, the Hivebusters characters, Locust Sires, and more. Starting off with the Broken Kait cinematic trailer, we begin with a direct look at Kait Diaz as the swarm-plagued nightmares have really affected her mental state as she slips in and out of reality, losing connection with everyone that she cares about around her. As Kait is going through the motions, we begin to see the faces and what looks like spiritual connection between her and other characters, as we get to visually just see just how much they have changed since the last game when we saw them during the end of the Gears 4 campaign outside the Swarm Hive to where we are right now going into Gears 5. JD Phoenix appears first on the left side as we saw him in the last game. The ex-cog lieutenant turned outsider all of a sudden just shows a crazy amount of painful emotion as he does lose his hair, have his face all scarred up, and based on what we saw of his arm in the last trailer, there's definitely something going on with the JD character. Next up to the right, Marcus Phoenix shows his face and in Marcus fashion with little to no emotion whatsoever, but as soon as JD goes through his transformation, there's a point where Marcus is interacting with JD, looking at him in dishonor with nothing but shaking his head in shame, which is a real powerful moment because as easy as it might be to forget because of all of the focus on Kait Diaz right now, that JD is the son of the war veteran hero Marcus Phoenix. From one family to another, the trailer moves on to the Diaz family with Reina Diaz on the left and Oscar Diaz on the right. This moment in the trailer for just a brief second is where Kait is seen the happiest and at her best before her world just comes crashing down, as Reina's fate takes place with her soul being in pain and then just being taken over by a demonic state. Oscar on the other side seems to be fine, but emotionally affected by the events of Reina's death, and maybe even like Kait, sharing these similar nightmares. Now, if you haven't noticed already, during all of the Diaz family members showing up on the screen itself, an absolutely just insane looking swarm, maybe locust creature character reveals themselves as virtually controlling and looking into the minds of all three characters. I would be very surprised if this isn't the new swarm leader who is in charge of the new enemy faction. With the death of Reina Diaz having such a huge impact on the Kait character, it is her last straw for Kait, which will let herself, go and just be taken over by the swarm demon inside her, which for a split moment turns out to be the return of the Locust Queen. Myrrah is by far definitely dead in terms of the world of the living and not returning, but somehow her mind and soul is living on through the Swarm Hive organism. Queen Myrrah's interference and persuasion through Kait's mind, with her not knowing what could be real and or not what to be deciding for her fate, and everyone around her with the extermination of the human race on the table, a young girl from an outsider village just got a whole brand new mission. Moving on to the Escape cinematic gameplay trailer, it's a very different pace compared to the previous trailer. There's a ton of stuff to break down and really take a look at. Starting off, we do begin in a battlefield riddled with weapons everywhere. To see what blew my mind in my reaction video, which you guys can check out on the channel, is the Hivebuster comic Team Scorpio characters making the transition from the page to the video game, not only through gameplay but their very own game mode, which reading the first issue of the series really helps explain the game mode itself. The characters Mac, Lani, and Keegan are offering themselves as tribute to the Swarm Snatcher, who naturally just pods them up, not knowing the events that are just about to unfold. We cut to inside the Swarm Hive as the Hivebusters get to work by cutting themselves free from inside the pod outwards. As Mac breaks himself free, the characters are using a technology known as an adrenaline injector, which allows them to not only not get turned into juvies, but instead be woken up at the right time to break free. Team Scorpio finds themselves in a very heavy infested corrupted DB territory as rejects are in offline mode dotted around everywhere. The ex-Onyx Guard character Keegan plants the venomous bomb with a 30-second countdown. While the close does look clear for now, out of nowhere a creature comes hurtling towards Keegan, body slamming him to the ground, and I can't believe it, yes, a sire attempts to either take him hostage or rip his head off, probably both, but Matt comes through to save the day with a good old Boltok headshot to the face. So yes, the Locust Sires are back, and I'm pretty sure they will be playing a huge significant role in the storyline of the Gears 5 campaign going forward. Back to the escape mode action note, the Swarm network has been alerted. The Swarm hive is everything and everyone around the characters begins to wake up, and the hunt begins. The Venom bombs detonate right on time, and you can see that the new cog have found a way to fight back the Swarm in a huge way with this new weapon device that gases up the hive literally, and Swarm creatures caught inside until they go bang. Escaping the venomous gas, and the Swarm Team Scorpio begin to engage with the main enemy threat. We do see Lani equipping a brand new pistol, which has been spotted a few times now throughout the Hivebuster comics. She then just jumps over cover into a cool looking sequence, but this actually represents the new vault and execution system in the game, as the Swarm drone pulls off a new counter block, putting Lani into a position of being executed herself, trying to grab for a brand new weapon which looks like the Swarm variant of the Lancer with the emulsion like crystals on the underbarrel. Once again, the hero of the hour, Mac, does pick it up and execute the Swarm drone with it, meaning that it does look like you might be able to stop executions finally on your teammates if you are quick enough. Speeding up the pace as the gas follows behind them, Team Scorpio have their backs against the wall, when all of a sudden Lani pulls out the super knife and inherits the abilities of the Avengers all in one, as this lightning just starts to execute the Swarm with every knife melee landed. Now, just before people start getting the keyboard fingers out ready to go in the comment section down below, the lightning isn't a part of normal gameplay, it's not a part of the Gears canon or storyline, but simply a class ability designed for the escape game mode. Lani's ultimate ability coming in clutch allowed the squad to reach the first safe room, which can be locked down from the inside out, so that the Swarm are kept out for good and the gas is given a little bit of a time penalty till it starts coming through the bunker itself. Waiting for them on the other side is the next wave of Swarm enemies, which the characters Mac, Lani and Keegan will have to fight off as they struggle to find the exit to make it out alive and successfully bust another Swarm hive. Please make sure to leave me a comment down below telling me what you think after you guys are watching my E3 2019 Gears 5 trailer breakdown video. Now, what do you think? Let me know down below. This should definitely open up a lot of discussion for you guys, because we got so much Gears 5 craziness coming. So there you have it, guys. Full details on the Gears 5 E3 trailers when it comes to Queen Myrrah, Hivebuster characters, Locust Sires, and so much more in its breakdown. Give the video a thumbs up and share if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you aren't already. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.